Hey everyone, it's Carol J. Dunlop, the online wild strategist. Again, I am back. And I had some funny feeling that the timing wasn't going to work out. I scheduled the stuff, I did what I was supposed to do, but it did not work out the way I wanted to. But that's okay because now we are on track. So the next voice you hear, the next person you see will be me and Jennifer McClain. So thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Perfectly Positioned to Soar launch celebration. I'm Carol J. Dunlop, the online WOW strategist and lead visionary author for this project. I say project because it's actually more and bigger than the book, and you're going to see that today. I'm sitting down with each of my co authors to talk about their chapter. We'll go through why they said yes to this project and how what they created can help you make more money and play bigger. Join me in the studio now for this amazing interview. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another interview of my 9 co authors in the Perfectly Positioned to Soar book. I'm so excited. I'm excited for you to meet Jennifer because I think Jennifer is an old soul in a young body, really. And you'll see once you get into the interview what I'm talking about. She's got great insights, great forethought, all of that. And she's very meticulous about the things that she does. And I have not met her in person, but these are the things I've learned about her just from her being in this project. Jennifer's actually been on my list for a while, and it's always good when you can put out something and the people on your list resonate with it because several of the authors did that same thing. They resonated with it. They were like, yes, I need to get this done. I want to be in this. I'm ready, kind of thing. And that just helps me to know that I am doing what I am supposed to do. Let's get into this because Jennifer McClain is going to tell us all about herself, her business, and what she does. So be ready.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm genuinely happy to be here. This has been months in the making, and celebrating it today alongside so many brilliant co authors feels like a full circle moment. I am excited to dig into all of this with you. I'm Jennifer D. McClain. I'm the founder and CEO of Mission Inspire, and I also currently serve in nonprofit and community development leadership. More than 25 years in the field now. I want to name something up front because people get this wrong constantly when they hear I run a business alongside a full time leadership role. My nonprofit work is not the day job that funds the real dream, and Mission Inspire is not the passion project I'm waiting to escape into. Both of them are calling. Genuinely, it's the same calling, just expressed in two places. I don't experience myself as split between them. I experience myself as whole, drawing from everything I've built in both. So, on the audience side, Mission Inspire supports ambitious women and mission driven professionals who are ready to prioritize themselves so they can lead impactful lives without sacrificing their own growth along the way. Quick aside, INSPIRE is actually an acronym. It means envision new solutions and possibility that inspire results and empowerment. That's really the whole mission in one sentence. Here's the thing about the women I work with, they aren't short on ambition and they aren't short on ideas. They already know what they want. What's actually happening is that they're waiting to feel ready, waiting for more proof, waiting for some outside sign that says go. And here's what I remind them constantly: that permission was never anyone else's to give, it was always theirs. It's been theirs the whole time. So, what I support them in doing isn't asking for permission, it's granting it to themselves and then moving. Whether that shows up as finally raising their rates, finally saying yes to the stage they've been offered, or finally starting the thing they've been thinking about for years. The pattern is the same. They already had what they needed. They just needed to stop waiting for someone else to confirm it. I've watched this shift show up in the same way over and over in my coaching work. Nothing external changes in that moment. The opportunity was always there. What changes is that someone finally stops waiting for permission that was never going to come from outside of them anyway.
Thanks so much for that, Jennifer. It's really heartfelt. And I can see myself early on in what I was doing before when I didn't have any direction, when I was putting things out there and like, is anybody gonna resonate with this? Or am I just putting stuff out there and don't even know what's going on? But luckily, prayerfully, I'm glad that people do resonate with what I'm doing and that people are going to resonate with what you're doing as well and your chapter. So what I'd like to know now is what made you decide to become a part of this project?
I have been a part of Carol's email community for a while now. And when this invitation for this project went out, I said yes relatively quickly. No overthinking, no sitting on it, no waiting to feel ready. That's notable for me because that has not always been how I operate. I've had seasons where I let an opportunity close because I told myself I needed more time, more polish, more proof that I was ready before I could move. So this time being different, saying yes immediately, that's actually the spark story in itself. But underneath that, the honest spark was this. I already coach people on saying yes before they feel fully ready. Here was my own invitation to practice exactly what I teach. I'd already been sitting with the idea that my story might be worth more than I've been giving it credit for. And the project gave me another concrete way to test that out loud in front of an audience in print permanently. That's not a small thing to say yes to quickly, but I did. If you're waiting for a moment to feel fully ready before you raise your hand for something, this is your reminder. It rarely announces itself that way. You just recognize it and you take it anyway. I've been practicing that muscle in a lot of ways this year. And every time I use it, it gets a little easier to trust.
Wow, that warms my heart, Jennifer. Thank you so much for bringing you, yourself, your ideas, and everything into this project. So amazing. So, my next question for you is, how does your chapter, Conquer Your Story, your mess is in your message? How does that coincide with your business?
My chapter is called Conquer Your Story, Your Message, Your Message. And honestly, it's not separate from my business, it's the thesis of it. Mission Inspire exists because I believe your story isn't something to get past before you're allowed to lead. It's part of your qualification. In the chapter, I write about the years I spent waiting to feel prepared enough, credentialed enough, polished enough before I trusted myself to build something. That pattern didn't just show up once and disappear. It's shown up for me over and over, including this year. Earlier this year, I had my first opportunity to speak to a global stage, more than 200 women in the Zoom room, and in the week leading up to it, the same old pattern came right back. Perfectionism dressed up as preparation, adjusting and editing and refining long after I was actually ready. At some point, I had to be honest with myself. I didn't need more preparation. I needed presence. That experience taught me something I now teach constantly. Courage is the spark, and confidence isn't something you wait to feel ready before you act. Confidence is built in the moment through the decision to move forward while you're still uncertain. Courage leads to action. Action creates evidence, and evidence is what actually builds confidence, not the other way around. And it's not a one time thing. Courage is a habit, the same way any skill is. You don't wake up with it fully formed, you build it the way you've built any muscle. Small, repeated, uncomfortable reps over time. That's the exact pattern I see in the women I coach, and it's the exact pattern I wrote about in this chapter. So when people ask how my chapter connects to my business, my answer is that they were never two different things. The chapter is me doing and writing the same work I do with my clients out loud.
Jennifer, thanks so much for that. And you almost you led me right into my next question, which is how can the reader use your chapter to help them on their journey to higher income?
If you've been sitting on a story you think you need to explain away before anyone takes you seriously, this chapter is your permission slip to stop. Very often, the thing you think disqualifies you is the exact thing that makes you distinct in a crowded market. Here's how I'd actually use it. First, notice the story you've been minimizing. The background, the season, the thing you think is too ordinary or too messy to be an asset. Second, get honest about what the story has actually taught you, because it has. Third, and this is the part people skip, stop waiting to feel fully ready before you let your story show up in how you sell, how you speak about your work, how you price it. Courage first. The confidence comes out after, built through the doing, not before it. I'd also say this. Once you stop spending energy hiding your story, you free up that same energy for something else, being visible. I see so many capable women on doing quiet, excellent work for years and then shrink the moment it's time to actually be seen for it. Undercharging, downplaying wins, saying small so they don't feel like they're taking up too much space. If that's you, hear me clearly. Being seen is not the same as being prideful, and you were never invisible. The world is just catching up to what you've already built. Sustainable visibility isn't about posting more or being everywhere. It's about letting yourself be seen and staying whole while it happens, instead of shrinking the second attention arrives. So here's my advice. Read the chapter, then find the one part of your story you've been minimizing. And instead of hiding it, start leading with it. That shift alone changes what you're willing to charge, what you're willing to put yourself forward for, and how fast you move. That's the real bridge between your story and your income.
I told y'all were in for a treat listening to Jennifer, right? She's like stepping on your toes out there. Hallelujah. And everyone around here who is doing what we're supposed to do, because we all have those doubts sometimes. Am I doing what I'm supposed to do? How can I teach anybody? And she just told you all the stuff right there. So Jennifer, tell us about the gift that you have for everyone who reads your chapter.
I also have a little something waiting for you inside the book. And I made it because of a pattern I see constantly in my clients and honestly in myself too. Overwhelm doesn't really show up as one big crisis. It shows up quietly as constant decisions, launches, and content, and tech, messaging, visibility, and on until everything feels urgent at once and clarity just disappears. You're still getting things done, But underneath it, you're reactive instead of intentional, second guessing your own next move. If that sounds familiar at all, this gift was made for exactly that moment. It doesn't ask for a huge time commitment either, just a couple of focused hours, though you could stretch it into a full weekend if that's what you need. What it's built to do is get you out of reactive mode and into clarity, not by handing you more tactics, because I don't think most of us actually are missing tactics. What we are missing is space and a little structure to think clearly before we act again. I'm going to let you find it in the book rather than spell it out exactly what it is here. But I'll tell you this much: it starts with giving yourself permission to stop, even briefly, before you make your next move. And it's not a one time thing either, it's built to be something you come back to anytime that same reactive pull creeps in, not just once. Think of it less of a one time download and more like a tool that's there whenever the noise gets loud again. Thank you again for having me. And for those watching, thank you for spending part of our launch day with us. If anything I shared totally landing for you, grab your copy of Perfectly Positioned to Soar. My chapter's in there, along with 9 other women who know what it's like to wait too long. Go get the book and let today be the day you stop waiting too.
I love how you explained that and broke it down and made it so that, oh, I got to get that right now. And I hope y'all feel that way because you know that this is the launch for the book, right? The Kindle version is here, ready for you. It's only $2.99. I know you can afford that. Go on out there and get it. And when you get the book, you'll also have access to Jennifer's awesome gift as well. And unfortunately, I let her go before I asked her about her website. So I'm going to have to tell you what that is so you can find her in this internet streets. Jennifer's website is Mission Inspire. That's MissionInspire.com. So go out there and find Jennifer, but go get the book first. You'll see the link below, csicorporation.com/soar. Thanks so much and stay tuned for the next interview. Hey, thank you so much for joining us for this most informative interview. Did you enjoy it? I certainly did. And if the information we just shared resonated with you, it's time for you to soar. Perfectly Positioned to Soar is available right now. Go grab your copy using the link below. You'll also get access to our free mystery bonus gift when you do. Thank you for being here, and here's to soaring together. Bye for now.